everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a blessed day today. I know I am. Thank you, Jesus. And today I'm going to make a special dish. My daughter makes it for my granddaughter all the time. And I said it's about time I try it. My granddaughter usually has it with shrimp, but I'm going to make it with chicken and spinach Alfredo sauce. And what this is a squash. Okay, we have a squash here. I already cut it because it's really hard to cut and I didn't want to struggle on the camera. So this is what a squash looks like. So when you take it and you take out all the stuffing on the inside, basically you cook it and it's like spaghetti squash. So that's what we're gonna do, spaghetti squash. All right, so since I have this cut open, I'm gonna get a spoon because I forgot the spoon. And have a little bag here for all the stuff that I'm gonna take out. Over here, I'm gonna make the Alfredo sauce with some butter. I'm gonna use some cream cheese. I have some olive oil here, extra virgin olive oil, and I have a few cloves of garlic, and of course the chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to gut this out. This is for the garlic. I'm gonna grate in a little while, and this is where I'm gonna put the squash, and I'm gonna put it in the oven after I oil it up. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take out the squash, all the seeds, because it has seeds and some things that are not too enjoyable. We don't need none of that. So we're going to basically gut this out, and it has seeds inside. So you know what, you can take these seeds, wash them, clean them, dry them out, and you can eat them like pumpkin seeds or sesame seeds, any kind of seeds. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get a knife because there's like really tight in here. See all the little hairs? You don't want that because the squash itself is what makes the spaghetti. So we're gonna be good. Okay. So yeah, I'm doing my video and I have an audience outside. They're using a drill, so if you hear that in the background, yeah, I'm dealing with that. But no problem. Jesus is good. We're gonna continue with it without the noise, okay? Okay, so my cooking won't stop for anybody except the stove if it doesn't work. Okay, so let's cut this out. Okay, see, I want to scrape out all these little stringies because we don't want anything of this in here. Like I said, the squash, it turns into like a spaghetti, so that's what I'm making. Okay, this is gonna take me a few minutes. Like I said, it's kind of hard, but I'm going to stop. I will continue to show you what I want it to look like. So let's just scrape this all out. We're doing pretty good. Most of it is out. These strings, you don't want it because, like I said, it makes the spaghetti that's right here. So we're just gonna clean it out. Okay, we scrape that well. And okay, you don't have to make it like perfect, but you want everything out. Because like I said, the squash itself, it's what makes the spaghetti. So I think this part is bitter, so you wouldn't want that in there. So that's clean enough for me. Let me show you. Okay, so that looks clean. See, there's nothing in there. I don't see anything in there. Okay, so we're gonna take this squash since it's done. I'm just gonna set it right there. All right, so let's do this one now. Maybe it was easier when I use the knife in the inside a little bit. Maybe that'll be a good trick for you also, because you want to take that. I can't believe it has like sprouts. I've never seen this. Look, the seeds were already sprouting. See that? So curious. I wonder if you could eat the sprouts too. Anyway, I'm putting them in there. I just never seen them before. I guess it's okay. No big deal. Like I said, you could always grill this. I'm sure you could probably eat the stems too. But the seed has already opened. That's what it means. The seed opens up and it has a pod in there, I guess, to start another squash. Okay, so let's continue. And the seeds look exactly like pumpkin seeds. Same thing. You could salt them and put them in the oven and eat them like sunflower seeds. So, okay. I don't want to take too much. Like I said, don't take a lot because you don't want to mess up the squash itself. So, okay, this is a little tough, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run if you get all that. I guess it's just like taking the gook out of a pumpkin and stuff, the inside of a pumpkin. If you've done that, then you wouldn't have a problem doing this one. Okay, I think that's good enough. This has a little bit more. Let me just pull this out. It still has some more, if you could see, like those shreds. Just gonna scrape a little more so I don't see that much of them. I don't care if there's like one or two of them, but this looks like more than one or two. Okay, there we go. So I think that's good enough. Am I happy? Yes. Okay, this is pretty good. There. This has a little bit left, but barely nothing, if you could see. Maybe 2 or 3 little strings, which is not bad. It's okay. So we leave that there like that. And I'm going to remove this, and maybe yes or maybe no, I will take the seeds and make pumpkin seeds. If I do, I'll show you in the beginning of the next video. Okay, but for now, I'm going to put this all to the side. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I don't have to wash the spaghetti squash because I already cleaned it, so it's all nice and clean. You could just put it under water and rinse it, or, you know, no big deal. You're not eating the outside. You're only eating the spaghetti squash. So I have one here, and I have the other one, and they're all nice and clean. All right. So what I'm gonna do to this is I'm gonna put some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add salt and pepper. I'm gonna take this so it could lay down flat. That's why I didn't do it on camera. It's really hard. Let me see if I can take this out. If you have a meat cleaver, that should do the trick. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to take the stalk out, so now it could lay flat like that. Okay, but I'm not putting it like that. I'm putting it like this. But I'm gonna fill it up right now. So let me just take these little scraps out of the way. I'll clean that up in a little while, because what I want to do is I want to take these 2 squash and I'm gonna get some salt. I just feel like salting this, but it's a lot of oil here. This is I think I would use it also. To this I'm gonna add like 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, like a tablespoon of salt. And I'm gonna go get some pepper. Okay. So here's some pepper, some salt, pepper, and oil. That's it. Okay. So we're gonna take my spoon. I'm just gonna give it a little mix. And I'm gonna just take one of these little spoons. I'm just gonna pour it in there, and I'm just gonna mix it around. You want this to have some taste, right? So let's just mix it all around. Like I said, you're not eating the outside. So 1 spoon, and you just swirl it all around. It gets nice and coated in there. See that? Okay, so that's a good coat. And I'm just gonna take a little bit so I can put on the top, because this is what's gonna sit bottom side on the oven. So just gonna hold it up here. Any oil comes out, I could just let it fall into the pan. If you see anything dry, just add some oil to it, okay? Because you want this to cook. All right, so that's good. So I'm gonna place this down like this. And then I'm gonna grab the other one, another spoon in there, and just turn it in your hand. Like so. Get some on the bottom. Just make sure you have all the way around the side. Remember, this is gonna drip out once you pour it, so you just wanna make sure it sticks to everywhere. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. You see what that looks like? All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the oil. I'm gonna put this one down. You can see them, right? I'm just gonna put a little oil on the top. I don't know if I have to poke holes in this or not, but anyway, let's just put this. If it brings out any juices, you can just marinate it with this. Simple. Okay, so I'm gonna get my hands in here. I'm just gonna give it a little rub all around. And I'm not sure. I forgot to ask my daughter if I have to poke holes in it, but I'm thinking maybe not. All right, so that's good. It all has olive oil all over it. And I really don't know if I should poke holes, but you know what? I'm just gonna do a little bit just in case. I mean, it's cut in half, so I don't think you have to, but like I said, this is my first time doing it. I've seen my daughter do it for my granddaughter. She likes like the shrimp Alfredo inside, but I don't feel like shrimp today. So I have a nice piece of chicken cutlet that I'm gonna make a chicken Alfredo sauce with spinach. It's gonna be really good. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna do any more. All right, I'm gonna leave this like this, and I have my oven on to 450, and I'm just gonna pop it in my oven. And this is gonna go in there for 45 minutes, okay? So yeah, that's time consuming. Oh my gosh, I thought I had the oven on. Okay, there we go. So 450, it's gonna heat with when the oven heats up, but yeah, so that, like I said, that's gonna be on for 45 minutes. I just have to check the timer right now. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's 2:21, so you figure about 3:05, maybe, something like that. By 3 o'clock, 3:05, I'll just check it then. So I'm just gonna clean this up because I made like a little mess here. And I'm gonna change, I like to use this for my veggies. And some other chopped stuff. But I have another one, plastic one, that I use to cut the meat on it. So I have 2 cutting boards because I didn't want to use the meat cutting board to do my veggies. Kind of don't like that. Okay, so just gonna wipe this down really quick. Okay. Excuse me. My hands are all clean. I'm gonna put this cutting board here, and then I'm gonna cut this chicken. This is a piece of chicken cutlet. It was a big piece, but I used half of it for something else that needed meat. I don't remember what it was, but I took the other half and I put it in the ice box. Okay, so let me get my knife. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cutting these up into slices first. I don't want big chunks like that because it's gonna be mixed in with spaghetti. So I'm just gonna do little slices like so. I'll just pile them up there, and then I'll just give them like maybe 3 little cuts or 4. I want small pieces so you can eat it with the squash, you know, like the spaghetti. So I have my chicken, cut this up. Seems like a small piece, but it's gonna be just fine in the Alfredo sauce. All you wanna do is just coat the spaghetti inside the squash. So you can have a little fun with the healthy veggies, which is the spinach. And this is it right here. So what I want to do is I want to take these little pieces and I want to make little slices out of them. They're going to be cooked really fast. That's the whole idea. You want to cook this dish fast. So I guess this dish would probably take like an hour altogether with the preparations included and the washing and yeah, the cutting of it. All right, so see, this is what I wanted. Small little strips. Did I cut this one? Hold on. Yeah, I did cut it. Look, something like that. So that's a good size, I think. So I'm gonna grab the rest and I'm just gonna put a couple of little. Okay. This one's good. I just want them to cook up really fast. So I forgot the cheese. I have to bring out the other cheese, which is the Parmesan Reggiano. So I'm also gonna use that one because I'm gonna make like an Alfredo sauce, homemade Alfredo sauce. Very simple. I'm not using no sazon, no sofrito for this. So that'll be good. See, perfect little cuts right there. That's what I wanted. I gotta lower that radio. I work with God. I love to hear the music of the Lord. One second. I'm gonna lower it a little bit because of copyright. You know, I don't want to get banned or anything, but who's gonna sue me? God? I don't think God's gonna sue me for listening to his beautiful music and his beautiful words. Okay, so here we go. We have our chicken already done, and like I said, I washed that already. And I still have a little bit of oil in here, so I'm just gonna use that for my dish. Just a little bit. All right. So what I want to do is I want to light my stove, and I got a clicker. Does it work? Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Huh. So now I don't have to fight with the matches. And look, like I said, let's see. Did you see that? Did you see that? You saw the clicker and you decided to work, huh? No problem. I appreciate it. Talking to my appliances. All right, so I'm gonna get a pan. Okay, so I have a pan right here. Wait, it's a little dusty. Let me just get the dust out of this pan. All right, so I have my pan here. I'm gonna start with the olive oil. You throw that in. It's not a lot of olive oil. You don't need a lot. I probably add a little bit more, but not too much. There. So I have some olive oil in there, and or no wasteful paper towels. I think I probably need a little bit more oil. Just a tad, little bit more. That's not much, but that's a good thing. I mean, all right. I would say that's about 4 tablespoons, small amount. All right, so now that our oil is in there, I'm gonna get my little they always move my stuff. Someone always moves my stuff. Okay, so let's just coat the pan. Like so. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw some butter in there because I wanted to have an Alfredo sauce. I'm gonna use a little bit only now, and then I'm gonna use more after I do the sauce. So let's see if this will cut it. Yes, nice and soft. So that's about a pat of butter, maybe 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so I put 1 tablespoon of butter, and I have some garlic here, and I want to throw the garlic so I could cook with the chicken. But let's get this melted. This pan is really quick. It heats up really fast. I saw this really pretty stove. It cost like $2,300 in Home Depot, and it was like a brick oven stove. It's a stove top. It had big racks on top, like really huge, going this way. All 4 burners are really nice, and it had a pizza tray on the bottom, like a stone one. So nice. I used to own a stone pizza tray a long time ago. I don't know what happened to it, but must have thrown it out. So I had a pizza stone, and this oven comes with a pizza stone, and it comes with a whole bunch of rackets and stuff, so you can make oven brick pizza. So good. But 2,300. Maybe if I get enough stars on my videos. Kidding. I do this for fun. But stars make me happy also. Okay, so I'm going to take my chicken and I'm just going to put it right in there. Let's get rid of this. It's going to get this nice little brown color now because of the butter. Let me get a handle. Okay. It's going to get a nice little brown color because of the butter that's cooking in here. So beautiful. So I'm just going to leave that there for a second. It has to cook. I didn't lower the heat. I have it at high heat. Some of them are stuck together because it's easy to cut meat when it's a little bit frozen still. You know? So, okay, this is good like that. Alright, let's leave it here for a few minutes. It's going to cook really fast. So, what I want to do is I'm going to take some garlic. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it, but I'm just going to grate it right into the pan, like so. Okay. That's one garlic. Okay, that's two. Come back. That was 3 cloves, so I'm gonna put like 4 cloves, or just do the other one since I already peeled it. They're very small. They weren't big cloves. See, they're small cloves. So if you put 5, you could put 4, you could put 2. It depends on what you want. Okay, I'm just giving you ideas, or you know how I make it, how I will be making it from now on. Okay, so. There we go. We have some nice garlic going in there. Let me wash this and wash my hands. Okay, so now my hands are clean. And I won't be adding this yet until my chicken is ready. So I'm just going to move this over to the side. And then have a little sip of my coffee. Look, it's looking very nice. So I'm going to take a few minutes. Like I said, I have it on high heat. But the chicken was just a little bit frosty. A little frozen, so gotta do it like that. Smells delicious. I didn't add no salt to this. I don't think I am, only because salted butter, and I'm sure the cream cheese has salt, plus my cheese. Okay. I shred it. I already put all this in the blender. This is Parmigiano Reggiano. This is the good stuff right here. So it's already grated. As you can see, I put it in the blender. I like to use it like that. And it lasts longer. You get more when you buy the brick and you do it at home yourself than buying those jars that supposedly they come with wood pieces. Did I say that? No, I didn't mean to say that. No. Okay, so, yeah. Get yourself a brick and do it yourself at home. Parmigiano Reggiano. They have a whole bunch of different ones, but that's the one I use, the Parmigiano Reggiano. So, this is smelling so good. But it still has to cook. I could see it that it's pink. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cook this at for another 5-10 minutes, okay? So I have nothing to do. Everything is done. So I'm just going to be right back. And I'm just going to let this cook a little bit, okay? Because like I said, this is not cooked. I can still see some pink. And we want to have this cooked because once the squash comes out, we just want to dump the stuff inside, give it a swirl, and you see how it looks, okay? So I'll be back. Okay, this is sizzling. I waited about, look, see, even the oil is dissipating a little bit, you know? But what I'm looking for is if I could break it with a spatula. Not quite, but that's okay. There's still some more cooking to go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add another little spoon. This is about 2 more tablespoons, okay? So I'm going to add the tablespoon in there. I'm going to throw the spinach in last after I make my sauce. Okay, so this is what the sauce is. I already have garlic, pepper, butter, and olive oil. All right, so that's what's in here. And it had just a little bit of salt, only because what I used to season the squash with, I used the rest of that. So you saw that I put pepper and garlic into that. So that's good. I have food here too, but I'm going to do that later. This is just some fried eggplants. It's going to be really nice. I'm going to make some fried eggplants and some boring old pork chops again. So, but this is new. Okay, got to bring something new to the table. I actually saw myself yesterday making like a little menu of the things that I can post instead of waking up and saying, what am I going to do? Now I have something to remind me what I want to do. Alright, so I'm going to get this scissors and I'm just going to cut to the side on this. And I'm going to lower the heat on this just like so. Okay, so I'm going to take my cream cheese and I'm going to add it in here. What I want to do is I want to start making like a sauce, like the Alfredo sauce. This is how I make it, if I'm not making it right, but you know what, it tastes just like it, and it's fresh and very easy, so, alright. So, got that one. And let's just roll it down. And this is probably, I would say, 4 tablespoons of cream cheese, what I'm throwing in here. Okay, so I have 4 tablespoons of cream cheese. Okay, look at this. And to my cream cheese, I just want to swirl it a little bit. Hold on, someone's at my door. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had some mail from my neighbor. Okay, so I didn't finish this. Okay, I have to melt all the cream cheese. Alright. So I have cream cheese here, and what I want to do to my cream cheese is I want to throw a little bit of milk in there. This is about 3/4 of a cup, but I don't think I'm going to use it all. I just want to start making like, yeah, 3/4 of a cup. Alright. So I have 3/4 of a cup. I might need more. We'll see. Because you know what? When you put the spinach in there, the spinach releases water also. So you don't want this a drippy dish. Alright, what I wanted to do was get this going right here. So after the chicken and the milk and the butter, everything's in there. I basically put everything. So I'm just going to add some cheese to this. Hold on, I just got to get a spoon. Okay. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to add, this is like a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Let's see, I'm just checking to see what it looks like, the ratio on this. Alright, so that's 4. Let me mix it and see what it looks like. Raise the heat just a little bit. See, now that's forming a nice thick sauce. Now that's what I wanted. I wanted to make a nice thick sauce. I'm just going to add another 2 spoons just so I can be happy. I want everything to be nice and Alfredo-y. So this is about another tablespoon. So I would say about 6 tablespoons. About more or less 6 tablespoons. Or no, a big piece. Can't have big piece in there. Alright, so put this cheese away. And let's keep giving this a little mix. So then we can throw our spinach in here. Now that's a nice Alfredo gravy right there. See that? Alright, so here goes my spinach. Well, that spinach is going to cook down. So I'm just going to give it a second or 2 so it can start getting some steam. Stow away. Alright. And like I said, the spinach will release a little bit of liquid after it dries. after it starts to cooking. So that's gonna make it a little bit wetter. Let's just leave it there for a few seconds. I want the heat to come up. And we still have another, let me check the time. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, it's 2:43, and we said about 3:05 or something, so it still has about another 15 minutes to go or so. But so you can see it's already wilting down. So after all this wilts, I'm just gonna cover it and put it to the side because I'm not gonna need it right now. I'm gonna wait for my spaghetti squash to come out. All right, so this looks really good. Just letting it wilt. As you can see, it looked like a lot of spinach, but once you see it, it's just going to be little strings in there once you cook it up. But it's cooking up really nicely. Everything is sizzling good. And like I said, everything is cooked. And this looks like the perfect sauce for my Alfredos. For chicken Alfredo spaghetti. It's going to look good on top of the pasta. Alright, so that's all I wanted, you see? Just wanted to make sure that that was all down. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't want to keep cooking this because I don't want my broth to go away. I need that broth. So, excuse me. Oh my goodness, is it ever going to go away? Alright, so there we go. See that? We got a nice sauce. A nice sauce. And I don't want to add more cheese to it because I think those 6 tablespoons were very nice, heaping full tablespoons, so it's going to be just fine. My favorite thing to do is cook and raise babies. I love to raise my babies. They were the best of me. Absolutely love my children so much. Okay, so there we go. Ah, that smells. Ah, chicken Alfredo sauce. You know what? Let's cover this up. Okay, I'm just gonna cover this. And I'm gonna turn it off because it's ready. You saw it was boiling. I'm just gonna leave it right here because my stove is hot and it'll keep this warm. So I guess I'll be back in about another 15 or 20 minutes, okay, to show you how the squash came out. I'll be back. Oh, hi everybody. I'm back and the squash is ready to take out the oven, so let's do that. This, I just put it for a quick little warm up because it was sitting there for a while. So I just warmed it up, and I did have like 45 minutes to wait on it. So I just fried up some pork chops. They look good. So I fried up some pork chops, and I fried up some eggplants. Nice crispy little sliced eggplants. So good. So I can pick on that also, but excuse me. The spaghetti sauce is ready. Let's take it out. I'm gonna grab my wood thing because I know it's gonna be hot when I take them out. Let me see how I do this. Okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm gonna put this right here for now. That's what they look like, the squash. So now let's see how we can get some spaghetti out of there. Okay, so shut that off, and we're gonna grab a fork. Okay, so I'm grabbing a fork, and I have my cloth here so I won't get burned. Oh wow, it's really soft. Look, see that? That pressure. So she said once you take it out, all you have to do is roll it. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Look how nice this looks. spaghetti squash. It's just like spaghetti. The most healthiest spaghetti, I guess, that you would ever eat. Ooh, caliente, hot. All right, so that looks so good. Look at this. Spaghetti. Hot. Look. See, all you did was roll it, and the whole squash is like spaghetti. You could just keep going and going and going and keep getting that spaghetti out of it. Doesn't that look amazing? Whoever discovered this, kudos to you, because this is delicious. Alrighty, so we have one. I'm just gonna put this to the side, or I'll just use it right now so I could show you how I would plate it. Now let me get my pretty plate. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this right here for now. I like it to be by the window and get some air. So I have my plate, and we're just gonna grab some of the spaghetti. I think you can see I'm gonna push this back here for a minute. And I have my pretty plate, and I'm just gonna grab some of this and put it right there. Look at that spaghetti squash. It's amazing, deliciously amazing. So grab a little bit more. That looks gorgeous. Look at that. Nice spaghetti. Okay, now let's make it even better. Like if we could, no, we could. So here's my Alfredo chicken and spinach Alfredo sauce. Okay, so we're gonna get some of that. Let me get a spoon. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a spoon of this, and I'm just gonna put it over my pasta. And get some of the drippings. You want that all around. Look at that, is beautiful. See, I put all the little sauce, all this, perfect. So there you go. You can put this side a little bit. Okay, so there you go. That's my spaghetti squash recipe. I hope you make it. I hope you like it. And if you do like it, please give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I'm sure to go back to you and read all my comments. And I hope everybody has a beautiful, blessed Thursday today. Thank you for watching. Bye. I hope you make this. You're going to love it. Bye. Look at that. Yummy pasta. Okay, so that's it. Bye, guys.